Happy New Year!
Happy New Year!
2025!
2025. Wow, what a year it's been, huh, Carrie Lynn?
It has.
Yeah.
I think 2024 was probably one of the busiest years that we've had.
Yeah. So, thus, the reason you guys haven't seen us for so long. It's been such a busy season, especially through the holidays. We really wanted to get something out to you guys this past fall because we were invited, and I think we might have put it on our Facebook, but I'm not certain. But we were invited down to the Winnebago tribe of the Ho-Chunk Nation down in Nebraska, and it was just amazing that we got to go down there. They invited us for their 4th annual Yas Squatch event, which was a collaboration of organizations and some of their tribal programs to bring families together during that time for a bonfire, cookout, fun games surrounded with Bigfoot stories and Bigfoot and suicide prevention. So it was really a real wholesome, healthy, and a lot of fun event that we got to go down to. So it was like our first actual trip to another nation, out of state, that is.
Yeah.
So, but the season's been pretty busy.
Yeah, it has. So we just wanted to apologize for
again
for not putting out our content, but we do have stuff to put out. It's just finding the time to do it. Both me and Lailani work, and you all know Lonnie's got her own business, so that takes up a lot of time when you have your own business. And so it has been quite busy, and then we came into the holidays, and so we're just glad that we could be here today, and just to let you guys, give you guys an update on us, and that yes, we're still around, we're still here, we're still searching for Bigfoot.
But this next video that you're about to see that we have getting ready for you is one of 3 that we will be doing from the Winnebago territory, the Ho-Chunk Nation territory, and so we just really wanted to we do have an intro of being at that event, but we just really wanted to come back in 2025 and first of all just tell you guys what we've been up to, but also to really honor the Ho-Chunk Nation community for opening up their hearts and their doors and sponsorship to bring us down and to really host us in such a great way. We got to go down during a time this fall of their harvest celebration, which was very meaningful to me and Carrie Lynn. So this particular portion of the video, before we start showing you the whole event and the amazing celebration that we were at, their green corn dance, we just wanted to start that out and express our gratitude and our respects to that community. And this video coming up is really for your community, the Ho-Chunk Nation. So you wanted to share a little bit about that experience and that time there, how we got to just get there at that time of their harvest celebration, the day before the big Yas Squatch event, and how we both were very tired flying in that day, early morning, and then getting there and staying at the celebration through the night, and we were tired and hungry, but when we look back, it was like so worth it.
Yeah,
right.
It was. It was really wonderful experience that we had. I mean, the whole trip was awesome, and like Lailani said, you know, this is the first video of 3 videos that we'll be putting out of going down to the Winnebago reservation. So excited to get the other 2 out, but yeah, so you know, like Lailani was saying, it really was a privilege to visit the Ho-Chunk Nation, and I was just thankful that when we were going down, Emmy invited us and said, "You guys are welcome to come to the green corn dance and harvest celebration." So, and I was, as we were watching the dancing and everything that was going on, I seen that their dances and their traditions were a little bit different than us as Blackfeet. Our dances and, our traditional ways of celebrating. But in many ways, I saw how we were the same. Mm-hmm. And so, especially in our cultural values. So our cultural values were, really the same in our ways of knowing, our ways of thinking, and so it was just like putting on a glove when we got there with them. And so, but one thing I've learned in my life is that Native people, no matter what tribe you're from, Native people love to celebrate, and they're always thankful for whatever they have. And so we were privileged to be part of their celebration, and we got to view their museum. We got to see their traditional dress and regalia. And so during that time, there was just so much on my mind, and so much I was taking in of their tribe and the people there, but one thing I do know is I felt at home. It just felt like when you met everybody that known them all along, and so we just became instant family, and they brought us into their homes, just like we were family. They brought us to the land of their ancestors, and it was just such an honor, and it just really warmed my heart to see how they live their lives, in harmony with nature and striving to strengthen the way of life for the Ho-Chunk people, and so I just want to say thank you for inviting us. Thank you for letting us be part of your nation, even if it was for a few days.
It was really a special time of the celebration for their people. And like we said, it was during their time of harvest, and just learned a lot. Like when we were driving around, riding around with Emmy and going to her home and just meeting her relatives, and then hearing some of the stories, they would kind of come out at different times, and I was trying to really internalize some of the stories and the meaning behind the corn dance, because as you'll see here, it was just very, very unique, very energizing. There was just something like really different and special, like Carrie Lynn said. But yeah, what I learned from them is traditionally that corn has been an important source of life for the Ho-Chunk people, and this time it just brought together the celebration, the community, the tribe, the people together. And for generations, the Ho-Chunk people have welcomed this fall season with a celebration known as the Green Corn Dance, and something that I wasn't really aware of. Were you? Mm-mm. Before we got there?
No.
Yeah. And so when I heard some of the stories, and I heard from the people, is that long ago that it was kind of brought in by some of the medicine men, but now it's brought in through modern day powwow, and through a video, and we'll link it down below, but it was through the museum. They put out a film documentary, the resurgence of certain of their culture, language, and food sovereignty, and things like that. It's a really good film documentary, so we'll link it below so you can check that out. As we were watching the powwow, we were just kind of really intrigued, weren't we? Because the dance was just so beautiful, and just seeing the men and women, coming in side by side and weaving and things like that. And we didn't really understand it until after Emmy the next day was driving us around and explaining the story of it. And it was so beautiful that this dance represents the green corn. And while you're standing there in that circle, it's almost like you're representing that corn stalk. you're representing that food source. And it really is a gratitude and a thank you to Creator, through this dance. And so when you're standing there in that dance circle, you should be moving to the time of the drum, which represents, how the wind blows and how the corn moves. And I thought that was so beautiful, and she told us about that. So it really made a lot of sense as when we were just talking about, I just love this. We stayed there so late watching all the dancing, and it was just like, it didn't even feel like us old ladies were up so late. It was just beautiful. So the green corn dance is what I understand. It just a giving time of thanks to Creator for this harvest. And we do know that they talked about the 3 sisters, I think, which is corn, bean, and squash. And so it's something I'll never forget. It makes me really thankful for the intricacies of the traditional foods that our people, even our people up here, that we have, and that it should always be celebrated. So really, really, I think rooted in me just seeing that, being a part of that.
Yeah.
So thank you again, the Ho-Chunk Nation, Ho-Chunk community. We want to honor you with this video and being able to be there in your community. So we hope you enjoy.
Hey everyone!
Okay, everyone.
Sasquatch aunties!
We are here. We are at a place where living the dream. We have flown down here to the Winnebago tribe of Nebraska. We are at their 4th annual Yas Squatch event. And oh my God, for key speakers.
I know! Can you believe it? Little old us.
Sasquatch aunties. So we're super excited, and we have had quite the afternoon, right? We were invited out by a family of
awesome
that have had some real relationship actually with the Moitapi, and we'll talk
on their land.
A little bit more about that. But we wanted to just do this introduction of these 2 cool friends that we have made since we've been down here, Roger and Juanita. And so I'm gonna let Carrie Lynn say a little bit about them and about their story coming up.
Yeah, so if you ever get an opportunity to visit the Winnebago tribe, Omaha tribe, there's reservations that sit right next to each other. Come here because they are so hospitable. They have just opened up their doors for us and treated us so made us just feel like family. So we just been just being treated like two queens.
Oh man, not used to
been,
that.
Yeah, we're not used to that. So everybody here's just been so friendly to us, and Emmy, one of the sponsors of this event,
And Curtis,
they set us up with Juanita and Roger, who are brother and sister, and they welcomed us to their land, and they did their stories with us and told us their interactions with Bigfoot, and it was just an amazing day. We're excited to share it with you guys, and I know you guys are gonna like it. You're gonna really like hearing their stories and just how genuine they were, and just how open they were, and we're just, you know, having the time of our life here.
Yeah. So people are kind of getting ready and gathering. We're just getting ready to help them set up and and so
we're drinking the water.
Yeah, we're drinking the water. We're sitting there visiting more with Roger and Juanita, and so we may just do a clip of that, just our conversations we've been having. We thought that maybe you'd all like to hear it, so I might mic us up. So stay tuned.
We're at Yas Squatch, USA.
Go ahead.
Everybody, we're at Yas Squatch, USA, Winnebago reservation, and hanging out with the crew.
We got Roger, got Juanita. Say hello to the followers. Yes, subscribers.
Good evening. Good evening. Good evening, everyone. Nice to see you.
So we were sitting out here. We're just kind of getting prepared and ready for their 4th annual Yas Squatch event. And we were talking about so many interesting things. Actually, all day we've been really talking about some interesting things regarding Moitapi, Sasquatch, Bigfoot, Sabe, all of the names. But I think right now we want to find out what you guys in your language call this being.
I don't know what it translates to in our Winnebago language, but we just call him Sasquatch or Bigfoot.
So I think what was really interesting earlier when we were talking about going out to this place where we were today, me and Carrie Lynn were talking about it earlier, that our new friends have taken us out to, and it was just a really significant area. I'm not going to say too much about it. We'll let them share that with you. But I thought what was really interesting about our topic a little bit ago was Roger talked about being able to look up into the sky at night in a certain area. And so we started talking about just small talk about UFO. But I thought it was really interesting what their thoughts were, or what we were all talking about. And I wanted to kind of hear from Juanita again. But first, let's listen to let's hear from Roger, maybe some of the things that, whatever he wants to share. Maybe there's some things he don't want to share, but about this place that we'll probably return to this evening, and about the sky things that we might see.
After this Sasquatch down at the Big Bear Park, we're going to go back to the White Beaver Homestead, and that's usually where we always go. And it's a homestead where we usually go and camp out, eat, just like we did this afternoon. And we really don't have to go nowhere. They're usually there. They're always there with us, amongst us. You know, they kind of got their spot, and we got our spot. And we respect them, and we leave them alone, just like we don't try to really, do anything out of the ordinary. We just go down there and try to have a good time, but they're always there all the time. Me and my family, my sisters and my nieces, and and things like that. So we just try to go there and have just to spend some time, with the family. And the last 3 years, they've really been active for us. I don't know why or how come, but so we I don't know. We just try to go down there and maybe try to have a little peace of mind and understand them, or I don't know, but they are there. They're there, and we're going to go down there tonight, and hopefully we'll have a good time, and the sky is going to be clear. It's going to be a good night. It's really going to be a good night. We're going to go down there and we're going to watch, just be down there, be with Mother Nature, and we're going to watch the sky, because there's a lot of things up in the sky that we see, because we ain't dealing with city lights or nothing like that. It's really, the sky is really bright and beautiful down there. And that's the only way I can see it. And we see all kinds of stuff up in the air. When we look up in the air, we see all kinds of, I don't know. Sometimes we see satellites, and sometimes you don't see satellites that are moving. And it's really, really cool that we can do that. It's just being, with nature and hanging out, and just trying to have a good time, and just trying to maybe understand it. At least get a part of it, what's going on. But I've always been fascinated with that kind of things like Bigfoot, UFOs, and paranormal, and even spirits. I believe in those things. So that's kind of my thing. And I respect it too. I don't try to put it out there too much. It's a lot of stuff I see. It's kind of for me, and maybe for my family, And if it goes that far, if it doesn't go any farther than that, I'm happy. I'm really happy, because it's bringing my family together, So we'll really be able to share that with my family, and I'm really happy for that. We could probably be doing something a lot worse, on our weekends or whatever, but this is kind of what we really get together and we go do, So it's really, to me, it's special times, It's kind of a spiritual thing, or whatever you want to call it, whatever you want to look at or sound like it. It's I don't know. It really makes me feel good. When it comes down, it really makes me feel good, And and I'll tell the truth, I am a little scared, but I'm sure that, if they was going to do anything or something, it probably would have happened a long time ago. So, but anyway, so I hand it over to you. Here you go. Thank you.
Thank you, Roger.
I just think that I kind of like what Roger said about Bigfoot kind of bringing the family together, because that's what it's done for us. When we started looking and investigating, searching things out, it really brought our family together, And so you could, like you were saying, you could be doing a lot of other things, but you do something like this, it brings together the family, but also the spiritual part of it too. Keeps the family together. And just like this event right now, Bigfoot is bringing all these people together.
And Bigfoot
in
brought
a good
us
way.
together.
Yeah, and Bigfoot brought us together in a good way. So there's a lot of good in what we do. And wanting to know more about Bigfoot and all the other aspects, like the UFO connection that often happens where there's Bigfoot sightings. And so, I just think that it's really neat when you look at it that way, of it bringing people together in a good way.
One of the cool things that happened last year was we were down there, and we weren't aware of it, but twice when we were down there, we saw the Starlinks go by, and it was awesome to see those go by. One of the other things is that, we do sit there and, instead of staring at the fire, we do look up into the stars and see things. Someone asked if Bigfoot and UFOs are connected. My thoughts are that do Bigfoot get abducted just like normal people do? And that's why, you see them together, that's just my thought, because how can, if they say Bigfoot's an alien or whatever, it could be possible also, but, there's no really scientific proof on that. So, who's to say?
Yeah. Yeah, I like that you said that, because we've talked about that where on one of our videos about nobody's an expert. Nobody could say that they know everything about this being, or be like totally knowledgeable or say what it is. I mean, we speak of it as a mystery. There's so much in this world and earth and universe that we don't know or understand, and we probably never will. Because we're limited on our understanding, and within the spiritual world. And so I just thought that was really interesting. I'd never heard that before until Juanita said that maybe the Bigfoot, the Sasquatch beings are being targeted, being abducted as well.
Yeah.
And that's why maybe those connections that people do talk of, and they've always put it in the category that the Sasquatch beings were part of the UFO world or something. And this was so interesting to hear that.
Another concept, another way to look at this, because the popular kind of belief you hear out there when you watch Bigfoot shows or stuff like that is that they're the alien. But then I never thought of it till you mentioned it is, what if the aliens are coming to get them and take them, you know?
Yeah, to study them.
Yeah.
And another thing about it is that even science don't believe in Bigfoot or UFOs, because they see them, the UFOs, even the Air Force and people all over the world sees them. And just like Bigfoot, all over the world they see Bigfoot in different parts of the country. But scientists said that it isn't true because they didn't capture one, or they don't have the fossil one. So it's and I think that's one of the biggest things that they always want. They rather. I say that I am not saying they don't believe in this, but they always got to have fact or proof that they really exist. So.
Well, there's a lot of things about like the UFOs. Okay, now finally after all these years, things are starting to come out about them. And eventually, not right now, but eventually, or in the future, they will probably come out, saying that Bigfoot is real. But, that does, it's going to have a huge impact on the parks and stuff. There's some roads that are closed that people, can't go on in parks because of Bigfoot sightings there and stuff. So it's, there's too many believers, The believers are probably outnumbering the skeptics. We don't know that, but, it could be possible,
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really do. I really think that could be the case, is that there is more people that have experienced this being and experienced UFOs than there's people that are don't believe, because the phenomenon is, whereas I'm not saying that it's happening more, but it's just that more and more people are willing to share. Whereas maybe years ago, they didn't want to share. They didn't want to tell their story. But now it's getting where people are willing to share. So now you're really seeing the true data that is out there of how many people have had these experiences, even though, like Roger is saying, science doesn't want to admit it. They don't want to admit. But how long can they go on trying to deny all of these thousands of people that,
Well, two, there are becoming more and more witnesses of this being. I mean, it was interesting that we talked with, how we're talking with Emmy today on the way here, and how even just this being the 4th annual and 1 year little event, that stories are coming out more than beforehand, before 4 years ago. And then we're finding that even within our channel and our own on Native community, that more stories are coming out. But I think worldwide, because people are sharing their experiences, people are starting to not be able to deny, because how can you when there's like millions of people that have similar stories in different parts of the world or country, different communities, never talk to each other. But yeah, so that's so interesting.
Yeah. Roger, talk a little bit about the lights and the orbs and stuff that you guys see down at your property.
Oh yeah, a lot of times we see lights, orbs in the trees, but they're not in the trees because there's a bank that goes across the gully. And I think they're up on the gully, and it looks like they're up in the trees. Then sometimes, once in a while, we'll find an orb or lights up in the trees. You know, then do we see a lot of eye shines? Once in a while, we'll catch a glimmer of their eyes watching us. And as soon as we hit them, then they must turn their heads. You know, we've seen white eyes, we've seen red eyes. You know, we've seen different eyes. It's like green eyes, and I think they had the same color eyesights like humans. You know, you know, we got brown, and some of us got green, red eyes. You know, and things like that. You know, but sometimes we see a lot of different things that I just, and when I do see them, I see them with like I said, I see them with my family, and I could wish they're around here somewhere so they can even my niece Noelle, she's seen them, and she's just been coming down for a little over a month now, and she's the one that's seen the eye shines in them.
Yeah.
Noelle, you just tell them what she's seen. I mean, just say,
I have like 10
that's okay. She can just tell a witness that she's seen the eye sign.
I seen the eye shine too. It wasn't like in the trees in the gully, you know, where like the tree line is at. Yeah, they were like in the trees. They would like flash and then it'd be gone like within a second.
Yeah. They probably like turn or move, and the eye shine disappears. Wow.
You want to be a judge? Also have the Center for Rural Affairs here providing water for us, and YCIC also helped out with promotion and other things. And talk after the Bigfoot Hauler. We're gonna have the Bigfoot Hauler contest now. There's 3 prizes for adults. We're splitting it this year, and 6 prizes for kids. And so we have 2 judges here. Roger White Beaver is gonna be a judge, and Angelina Chavez is going to be the second judge. The Bigfoot on one side, you plug it in, it's actually a nightlight, and that's one of the prizes for the adults. How you say Bigfoot and Ho Chunk. So it's really beautiful. So we have a tablet, the teepee nightlight, and then we're going to give away an adult pair of Bigfoot feet here that we're giving away, the adult size Bigfoot feet. So this is for 3rd place, whoever wants to enter. We're gonna start now. Bigfoot calls, okay?
Okay, normally you hear them imitate the owl sound. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to imitate the owl sound that they make. That's the owl sound that they make. Thank you.
We're gonna have a kid one, but you guys are separate. Okay, so if you're a kid, then we're doing we have a separate contest. Stay around here though.
I'm gonna do the holler, the long holler. That's one of my. I've heard it actually over here in Macy, a long time ago before I was with a Winnebago man. I was in Macy. That's another story. That's another story. But I've never been over here, and that was the first time we came and visited his grandpa's over there in Macy. We're headed out, and so down here I always get scared because first time in my life I've ever heard it. I'm scared now. Whoa!
Awesome.
We actually heard this a couple weekends ago, and we were camping, and it was even daybreak. We were all in our tents, and it wasn't too far from us, probably by that gray truck.
I'm not in the contest, but I'll just show you guys what I heard. Me and my mom heard one time breaking day. It was about 5 in the morning, and we got this scream. I'm not gonna do the laugh because I don't even know how they did it, but at the end it just kind of like it laughed, like it had like a low chuckle to it. But I'll do the scream. Woke us out of a dead sleep.
360 Ooga Booga. Arr.
That's scary.
Wow.
Whenever you're ready.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Pick between the tablet or the teepee, and then second place will get the other one for the adult contest. So